Hello, my name is Chet, and today I'll be presenting a speech titled "The Cuban Missile Crisis: Address to the Nation" by John F. Kennedy. This speech was condensed to fit the 2 to 4 minute time limit, so some of the original content has been left out. The 1930s taught us a clear lesson. Aggressive conduct, if allowed to go unchecked and unchallenged, ultimately leads to war. Our unswerving objective, therefore, must be to prevent the use of these missiles against this or any other country, and to secure their withdrawal or elimination from the Western Hemisphere. Our policy has been one of patience and restraint, as befits a peaceful and powerful nation, which leads to worldwide alliance. We have been determined not to be diverted from our central concerns by mere irritants and fanatics, but now further action is required, and it is underway, and these actions may only be the beginning. We will not prematurely or unnecessarily risk the cost of worldwide nuclear war, in which even the fruits of our victory would be mere ashes in our mouth. But neither will we shrink from the risk at any time it must be faced. Acting, therefore, in the defense of our own security and of the entire Western Hemisphere, and under the authority entrusted to me by the Constitution as endorsed by the resolution of the Congress, I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately. First, to halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba has been initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, for whatever nation or port, will, if found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. This quarantine will be extended, if needed, to other types of cargoes and carriers. We are not at this time, however, denying the necessities of life, as the Soviets attempted to do in their Berlin blockade of 1948. Second, I have directed the continued and increased close surveillance of Cuba and its military buildup. The foreign ministers of the OAS, in their communique of October 6th, rejected secrecy on such matters in this hemisphere. Should these offensive military preparations continue, thus increasing the threat to the hemisphere, further action will be justified. Third, it shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, and will require a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union. Fourth, and finally, I call upon Chairman Khrushchev to halt and eliminate this clandestine, reckless, and provocative threat to the world peace and to stable relations between our two nations. I call upon him further to abandon this course of world domination and to join in its historic effort to end the perilous arms race and to transform the history of man. He has an opportunity now to move the world back from the abyss of destruction by returning to his government's own words that it had no need to station missiles outside its own territory, and withdrawing these weapons from Cuba by refraining from any action which will widen or deepen the present crisis, and then by participating in a search for peaceful and permanent solutions. We are prepared to discuss new proposals for the removal of tensions on both sides, including the possibilities of a genuinely independent Cuba, free to determine its own destiny. We have no wish to war with the Soviet Union, for we are a peaceful people who desire to live in peace with all other peoples. Thank you, and good night.